Hey everyone, and welcome to my Pokemon Fire Red solo run with just one Lickitung. In this run I will be using no battle items and only one Lickitung in battle. I will use other Pokemon for HMs, so you may see some others on my team throughout, but they are never used to progress through any battles. I hope you enjoy the run. So we start off against our rival and his Squirtle. Since my only move is Lick, I spam that until we come out victorious. I will need to do some grinding to get another move before Brock. For those of you who don't know, grinding will be a tiny bit of an issue only having Lick. This is a ghost type move, so any normal types are fighting and I can't touch them. So basically I will have to grind up to level 18 on bugs just to have a move in knockoff that I can use. I can't get to TMs fast enough. I threw this footage in here so you guys can see that I actually do grind in the wild, not just hacking items like some others may do. So enjoy the grind, I know I sure did. So I got tired of grinding and figured I'd just give the gym a shot at level 13. I'd gotten Supersonic and figured I might get lucky. So Brock starts out with Geodude, I confuse it right away, then spam away at Lick. That also eventually paralyzes it, so between the Licks and it hitting itself, we ended up beating it. Next up is Onyx. I go for the same strategy, except Supersonic keeps missing. I do get it confused though, and it gets paralyzed from Lick as well. I also got lucky that Onyx missed Rock Tomb a few times. Again, between the Licks and it hitting itself, we somehow got our first badge at level 14, and with one bad attacking move. We come across our rival again after getting out of Mount Moon. We added Mega Punch from the guy outside the cave, so that'll help out. First is the Pidgeot, and a couple of Rock Tombs take it down. Then we one-shot Rattata and Mega Punch Squirtle down, then use Knockoff to take out Abra. We should be at an okay level for Misty, but I'll do Nugget Bridge and go up to see Bill to get more experience. I'd like to get the TM for Dig before taking on the gym as well. We go into the Misty Fight a little over leveled at 26, so I one-hit the Staryu with a Mega Punch, and then comes out Starmie, and after taking a couple of Water Pulses, I take it down with a couple more Mega Punches. We get the second badge and the TM for Water Pulse. I may add that to my moveset, but I haven't decided yet. We walk up to the rival on the ship, and he sends out his Pidgeot, one stomp and it's out, then Raticate, one stomp again, Kadabra, a third stomp to take it down, and finally Wartortle took two stomps. Lickitung is looking pretty good so far. Moving on to Lieutenant Serge, he starts off with a Voltorb. A quick dig and it's done. He goes to his Pikachu, and after he double teams, it takes one dig again to take that one down. Now with Raichu, he is spamming double team, but once I finally hit the dig, it one-shots him too. Pretty easy battle for the third badge. At the bottom of the Rocket hideout, we take on Giovanni for the first time. He begins with Onyx, it took one Water Pulse to take it out. Then out comes Rhyhorn, one Water Pulse for him too. But Kangaskhan was a little bit more of an issue. I had to hit it a few times to take it down. I run into the rival in the Pokemon Tower for a battle. He first sends out Pidgeot, which was easy. It fainted after one stomp. Growlithe took a Water Pulse to take down. Execute, of course, lands a Hypnosis, so that wastes some time, but once I woke up, a few stomps took it down. Kadabra took one dig because of its low defense, and Wartortle took a dig with very little damage, so I had to do two stomps to take it out. Pretty easy this time, but I could see his team being a pain for me later. At the top of Pokemon Tower, we run into the Apple Man here, and he gives us a flute back at his place to move the Snorlax. Before going to the fourth gym, I had been battling all over the 3 towns here, every trainer I could, so I was already up to level 51. Anyways, I take on Erica, and she first sends out Victory Bell. I hit a Strength, and it's a one-shot. Same goes for the Tangela, and finally the Vileplume. I'm over-leveled for this gym, but later on I'll need to be at the highest level I can. We meet up with the rival on the 9th floor of the Silphco building, because he hangs out and the building's taken over by thieves, I guess. Anywho, we have a battle. He begins with Pidgeot, he hits a couple of wing attacks, but Strength takes it down. I did do this battle one other time, and this thing did Feather Dance, which really screwed me up on top of the Lickitung, losing attack power from Intimidate on the next Pokemon, which is Growlithe. But I did manage to one-shot it with Surf. Execute is next, and it paralyzes me and hits a Confusion, but 2 Surfs took it down this time. Alakazam got a Future Sight to hit, but Strength takes it down. Blastoise was really bulky, but after getting rid of the paralysis with Refresh, I was able to take it down with a Strength. Now on to Boss Rocket. We come up on Giovanni again, and this time he starts out with Nidorino. I one-shot it with Surf. Next up is Nidoqueen, and 2 Surfs for her. Kangaskhan puts up a fight, and I need 3 Surfs, and finally a Rhyhorn, which of course is just 1 more Surf. We're off to the 5th and 6th gyms. I may try something with the Master Ball. Has anyone ever thrown it at a trainer's Pokemon? I don't need it, so maybe I'll try it out. We arrive at the 6th gym to take on Sabrina. She sends out Kadabra, it sets up a Reflect, but I one-shot it with Strength. She sends out her Mr. Mime, it lands a Psybeam, which does nothing, and I 3-hit it with Strength after her Hyper Potioning. Her third is a Venomoth, it's a 2-hit KO with Strength, and finally she sends out her Alakazam, who immediately goes for Calm Mind, but we still one-shot with our physical move in Strength. We come on down to the 5th gym to take on Koga, and he starts off with Coughing. We one-shot with Strength. Next is Muck, which is 2 strengths, another Coughing, another one-shot Strength, and finally a Wheezing, which does hit me with a Toxic, but with 2 strengths we have our 6th badge from the 5th gym. We also get the TM for Toxic, which may come in handy. I surf down to Blaine in Cinnabar Island, quickly run through the Pokemon Mansion, and take on his fire team. First is Growlithe, 1 Surf takes it down. Same goes for his Ponyta. Then comes Rapidash, that's a one-shot Surf, and finally Arcanine, who takes me a few Surfs because Blaine kept Hyper Potioning, but we get our 7th badge. We finally go back to Viridian City to take on Giovanni one last time as the gym leader. He brings out his first Rhyhorn, and we one-shot Surf. Nidoqueen, one-shot Surf. Nidoking, one-shot Surf. Dugtrio, you ask? One-shot Surf. And the final Pokemon is a level 50 Rhyhorn, and guess what? One-shot Surf. We have now completed all of the gym battles with just Lickitung, using no items in battle. We also received the TM for Earthquake, which I will probably replace Dig with. We run into the rival one more time right before Victory Road, and this will be a good indicator of how I can do against him as the champion. So here you are watching my first attempt at it, and well, it didn't go great. Anyways, in the second run-through, he starts off with Pidgeot and hits a Feather Dance. After that, my strength does very little, so I'll mostly rely on special moves. I go for a Surf, it does decent damage. He hits me with a Wing Attack, which doesn't do much, and I take it down with another Surf. Rhyhorn is 1 Surf, Growlithe is 1 Surf. Execute causes me a little trouble, but 2 Surfs. Alakazam was much easier this time around, and 3 Surfs hit quickly, and then Blastoise almost took me down, but I was lucky to get out of there. Prepare to see my levels jump because I need to grind to get to the Elite 4 level. We are moving on to the Elite 4, and let me tell you that I took them on quite a few times. So much so that I flew back around the Kanto region to catch 30 Pokemon so I could get the item finder, and go to the area Snorlax was in to find the leftovers. Anyways, we finally begin battling the Elite 4, and Lorelei begins with Dugong. He hits me with an Ice Beam, but my leftovers heals most of it back, and 2 strengths take it out. Next out is Cloyster. We almost take it out with Strength and Surf, but Lorelei full restores and switches to Lapras. We take that down with just a couple of hits, though. Then we're back to Cloyster. It does a Protect, but 1 Strength and a Surf do hit and take it out. Next is Slowbro. It uses Amnesia, but with 2 strengths, it's done, and finally on to Jinx. It uses Attract, which is always fun, but we land a Strength, and it's a one-shot. First Elite 4 member is done. Next up is Bruno, and this could be a problem because fighting types could wreck shop on me. So he sends out his Onyx. I know it won't be able to do much, so I set up my 6 double teams, and one for good luck because apparently I can't count. One Surf that takes out the Onyx. Next is Hitmonchan. It goes for a Sky Uppercut, which could really hurt me, but I'm lucky it misses. I hit an Earthquake, and that's a one-shot as well. Hitmonlee hits a Brick Break, which takes about a quarter of my health. Good thing I'm level 82. I hit an Earthquake, but it somehow survives, and Bruno uses a full restore. I go for Surf, and I luck out getting a crit Surf that takes out Hitmonlee with one move. He throws out Machamp, it goes for Bulk Up. I hit an Earthquake, and it does almost nothing. He hits me with a Cross Chop, but I'm able to spam Surf even though he's healing, and take that thing down. Finally is another Onyx, which is a one-shot Surf. We're on to Agatha. She starts the battle with a Gengar. Once I see we are both going for double teams, I start to attack before I can't hit it. And luckily I have 2 Surfs go right away and take it out. Next up is Golbat. I hit a Strength for good damage. It hits me with a Poison Fang, but luckily I do not get poisoned by it. Then I hit it with a Surf to finish it off. I'm able to take down Arbok with 3 super effective Earthquakes. The next 2 went pretty similar, both Gengar and Haunter. Both put me to sleep, then had a sleep attack like Nightmare or Dream Eater. This goes on for a bit with both, and I can really only use Surf, which does the job on both, and we finish off Agatha. We are now on Lance, and with his dragons I needed a strategy. I once again pile up 6 double teams, then start my attack. With the first Gyarados, nothing is too effective on it. I'm lucky that my second strength on it was a crit to get out of there. Aerodactyl was a little easier, with Surf being super effective, which made quick work of it. Dragonite was pretty strong, but we were able to live through its outrages until it was confused, and a crit strength really helped out. Next were 2 Dragonairs. I tried Earthquake, but strength was still better as a stab move. So that's what won us this battle. We finally get to the champion Low Views. For this, I made some changes because I knew his team and I knew the initial strategy. Since I know that he will start with Pidgeot and it will use Feather Dance to greatly lower my attack stat, I added 2 moves that were both special from TMs. They were Shockwave and Fire Blast. Shockwave immediately paid dividends, making Pidgeot a 2-shot. 5 Surfs for Alakazam since he healed it up, but of course it hits a future sight to look forward to later. Exeggutor is next, and it lives on 1 from a Fire Blast, then puts me to sleep for it to heal up. Luckily I wake up quickly and my next Fire Blast is a high roll to take it out with 1 hit. Rhydon is easy with 1 Surf. Arcanine took 4 Surfs since the champ kept healing it up, but we are finally onto Blastoise, which is a fun one. I go for Shockwave and it does pretty good damage. He luckily misses a Hydro Pump, so I hit it again. He then hits me with a Hydro Pump, and then pretty much sets me up with the Rain Dance to really knock it out with a Shockwave. We are finally the champion with our 1 Lickitung. Without leftovers, I don't think this would ever be possible. It wasn't too bad since Lickitung actually has a pretty deep pool of moves that it can learn, but this was my first run through without in-battle items, so that was a difficult twist for me. Well, that's it, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this challenge, and please, as always, let me know if there are any others you would like to see. If anyone has any feedback for me, I am obviously trying to grow and make my videos better, so let me know. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.